white crime got it.
Greetings and welcome to another episode of the Planetary Persuader. I am your host, Cosmic Kev, and this is for the week of July 5th, going all the way to the 12th of July, 2013. So we've got ourselves the Sun in Cancer. We have a retrograde Mercury in Cancer. Venus is in Leo. Mars is in Gemini. And we've got Saturn going direct on Sunday evening in Scorpio, Uranus in Aries, Neptune retrograde in Pisces, and Pluto in Capricorn also going retrograde. And the nodal axis of Scorpio Taurus at about 14 degrees. Okay, so what do we make of all this? Well, our emotions are the most vulnerable part of us. You know, when we think of water signs, we think of our emotions. We also think of the mucous membranes of our bodies. You know, our mouth, our genitals, our ears, anus, all the gooey places, nostrils, where, things happen that are very sensitive. And water is an element, is, the feminine quality of feminine energy. But we must realize that water is very powerful. I was looking recently, and well, not that recently, it'll be like last month for you, but there were flooding in Germany, and so people's houses and stuff were all covered by muddy river and all this excess rain. And of course, we're in the year of the water snake. And, flooding is usually a quality of water years. You're gonna see this in different parts of the world. But the thing is that water is what made the Grand Canyon. Water is what made, Arches National Park, and carved out the Snake River Gorge, the Canyon of the Gunnison, even right where I live, Butte Creek Canyon, Chico Creek Canyon, beautiful canyons carved by water. And water is patient. Water can smooth out rocks. Rocks can be really rough and jagged, but with sand and water's action rubbing over them over time, everything smooths out. So what that lets me know is that when we get more in touch with our emotions and we just let things happen, the rougher areas of our life start to smooth out. I think a lot of things that make things harsh is just that because we're pent up. So Cancer time, key phrase is I feel. We need to be involved with our feelings. We've got Saturn in Scorpio. Scorpio's key phrase is I create. Saturn's deal is about facing our limitations. So it's like, why have we been so uncreative about changing things and making things better? We need a creative approach to make things solid. Okay, and then Neptune and Pisces, it's about dissolving things. This is a wonderful time to dissolve old structures that don't work for us. Prisons for nonviolent criminals, what a bunch of BS. You actually have private people making money hand over fist for this? This is cruelty, people. This goes back to slavery days. I can't even believe you're involved. It's like, people are so obsessed with laws. You know what? Laws aren't as important as people. Get me? Laws aren't as important as people. We live in a world right now where if somebody does a traffic violation, the person that makes $3 million a year gets fined the same person that's on welfare can hardly make $3,000 bucks. That's not fair. It's not right. You know, just because you're rich, you shouldn't have the privilege of violating the law with it being less of a burden to you than it is to the average person. You know, and I think in this time, cancer teaches us to be in touch with our emotions. It's like, how does doing things unjust feel to you? Usually, if you have a conscience, it doesn't feel very good. You know, if you haven't spoke to your children or your parents or siblings or, you know, loved ones in a while, it doesn't feel very good. You know, there's usually a reason for that. Maybe it does feel good because you feel like they're awful people. That's all right. The good news is that Saturn's going direct this week. We've got a new moon in Cancer, so we can make a new start with our families. We can make a new start with our tribes. New moon happens Monday, making it extra moon-like, at least here in Northern California. It happens a little after midnight at 0:14 a.m. So Monday morning, brand new start, and good things are going to happen with this new start. And it's a way that we can have emotional cleansing and be free of our burdens and create the kind of people that we want to be members of our family and tribe. So stay with me as we go sign by sign quickly in this week's forecast of the Planetary Persuader.